Hi, welcome to Arts and Props with GL. I'm Gail.
I'm Luba.
And today we are making Mercury glass centerpieces that could be for a special occasion or just home decor in general. We specifically are making one for my niece's wedding that's taking place in October. So we're going to be using more wildflowers and we're going to be using a eucalyptus garland to go around. And we're going to talk about how we put this together. While I'm talking a little bit, Luba's going ahead and show you simply how we put it together. And then we'll go into more detail in a minute. So this is going to be taped on up here.
So it will not be moving.
And we're using this tape that is actually a black gauze from the Dollar Tree. These parts are from the Dollar Tree, the plates from the Dollar Tree.
And this actually will look really good when it's all together. So it looks strange right now, but it's
Together in a minute, but we just kind of wrap around like this.
This will be the idea. So you'll have.
So we're going for that rustic vibe. It's an outdoor wedding, so we definitely want to capture that. And this is meant to go along with our chandelier that we created several months ago. And we're going to be using the same materials. You don't have to use the wildflowers. You can use any kind of flowers, or you can use your colors. And the candles will light up later, and you can even get smaller candles. And Amazon has tons of candles to choose from that you can use on a remote control. That you can operate 24 at once. So if you have a long table setting, you can light up that whole table on one push of the button. And we are going to get started and show you how to put this together.
Hopefully you like it.
And here's how to make the Mercury glass plate. All I did was cleaned off a plate, took it outside, turned it upside down, and then I used this Krylon looking glass spray and sprayed it all over the back, just one coat, and then I let it dry for about 45 minutes. Next, I used a sponge that had a scratchy side, and I used the scratchy side dipped in water and lightly went around the edges to scratch off just a little bit of the paint. Try not to scratch off too much, otherwise it might look like something for Halloween versus a special event. We just want to antique it. After I did that, I let it dry, and then I sprayed it with this metallic paint and primer, and it was a black metallic paint. And I just sprayed over the back to cover it completely so that that spray would show through the holes left by the sponge. All right, now it's time to tape the foam wreath and start combining everything together. So first of all, we're taking this medical black tape that we found at the Dollar Tree that has a really nice stickiness to it, and it almost feels like a felt. And we're wrapping it around the green foam. You do not have to do this part. If you want to save money, you can skip the wrapping part and just use the tape to combine the wire wreath and the foam together. To wrap it in the black foam, it took about 7 minutes. Now we're taping the metal and foam wreath together. We want the metal wreath to be off the ground and kind of aligned with the top part where the foam wreath fits snug inside the metal wreath. And then we're just taping it in the center of each one of those sections. There's 6 sections in total, so there will be 6 pieces of tape used. Now's a good time to place the plate on top to make sure the wreath form doesn't interfere with how the plate balances on top. The next part, we're adding a garland. It's a eucalyptus garland. We're measuring it around and taking wire cutters to cut off the extra amount. We're planning on attaching it to the second wire from the outer edge. If you want it to be tighter, you could attach it on the inner 2 wires as well. Then we're going to zip tie it on with zip ties that we found at the Dollar Tree. We're using the black 4-inch ones that come along with red ones as well that are found in the tool bench section. To tie them on, we're just tying one on in the center between those sections, and just like we did with the tape, we're tying one on every section. We are using a total of 7 with the beginning and end in the same section. To fill in the garland a little bit better, we're using this green vine that I found off of Amazon, and you get quite a few of them for under $15. So to me, I thought it was a great deal. And we're just wrapping it around. We are wrapping around the wire wreath as well as the vines from the first garland. The centerpiece could be finished as is, or you can go in and add more green foliage or add more embellishments. We are using flowers. We're using baby's breath that looks like wildflowers for a fall wedding. So we are adding our first dominant color, which is the gold, and we're adding more of that. Our second color is the burnt orange, so we're going to go in and add about 5 of those. Our third dominant color is red, so we're adding 3 of those. And then to kind of top it off and make it a little unusual, we're adding 1 more stem of this fuzzy material to add a little bit more texture with the yellow and orange. Now that our wreath is completed, we are using a hot glue gun to add hot glue to the top of the tape, and we're centering the plate so that it's well balanced. This is the most important part, and it might be a good idea to even have a small level out. I think you can buy one at the Dollar Tree still. Another thing you can do is place some heavy weighted pieces in the center just to make sure everything balances out correctly. And voila, here is our finished centerpiece. It's about 18 inches round. If you want to have alcohol at your wedding, but you only want to limit it to a few bottles per table, this would hold about 3 bottles as well. Materials and links are in the description below. Cheers to your event, and Luba and I wish you much success, love, and happiness.